Welcome back, my dear students of class 6th. How are you? Hope all are good. This is the part third video, and once again, myself Vinita, your maths teacher, is with you to teach you mathematics class 6th. And as you know, that we have shared the two videos before this video, and in those videos, we have learned the basics of the chapter 2 whole numbers. In the part 1, we learned about the predecessor, successor, and the number line, and in the part 2, we learned about the addition. So now we have learned how to do addition on the number line, how to do subtraction on the number line. Now the next subtopic is how to do multiplication on the number line. Multiplication on the number line. It is also very easy like the previous one, but quite different from that. So what we have to do, suppose we have to multiply 4 into 3. So one important thing we need to understand about multiplication, that while we are multiplying 4 into 3 or we are multiplying 3 into 4, both are same. There is no difference. We can say that 3 is 4 times, or we can say that 4 is 3 times. There is no difference. This is very important to do the multiplication on the number line. So if we are multiplying 4 with 3, then what we have to do? We are seeing it as 3 times 4 or 4 times 3. If we are seeing it that 4 times 3. So what we will do, 4 times 3 means we have to make jump 4 times, and 3 means we have to take the jump of 3 units. 4 times we have to make the jump, and of 3 units we have to make the jump. Means while we are taking one jump, we will not take the distance of 1 unit, we will take the distance of 3 units. And how many jumps we will make? We will make 4 jumps. I hope it is clear to you. So what will be the multiplication of 4 and 3? As you can see here, we are taking jump 3 units jump, 0 1 2 3 3 units, second jump 3 units, third jump 3 units, and fourth jump also of 3 units. So what we are doing, we are taking jumps of 3 units, and 4 times we are taking jump from 0 to show the multiplication of 4 and 3. So what we are getting, after the 4 jump, we are reaching at 12. So it means 4 into 3 is equals to 12. Let's take one more example. Suppose we have to multiply 5 with 2. We have to multiply 5 with 2. You can take it as 5 into 2, or you can take it as 2 into 5. That doesn't matter. But the only difference that will come, that if we are taking it 2 into 5, then what we have to do, 2 times we have to jump, and the jump should be of the length of 5 units. So what we will do, we will jump 2 times but of 5 units. One jump of 5 units and the second jump of 5 units. And where we reached? We reached at 10. So what is the answer? 2 into 5 is equals to 10. So how do we do the multiplication? We jump as many times starting from the 0 as much number we are multiplying with the given number. And if we are taking it as 5 into 2, then what we will do? We will jump 5 times. And how much distance would be? Distance would be of 2 units. 2 units distance, and 5 times we will jump starting from the 0. 1 jump of 2 units, second jump of 2 unit, third jump of 2 unit, fourth jump of 2 unit, and here the fifth jump of 2 units, and we reached at 10. That is how we do multiplication on the number line. Now let's take one another example. Suppose we have to multiply 3 with 2. 3 into 2 we have to multiply, or we have to multiply 2 into 3. So what we will do, we will start from 0 and we will take the two jumps of 3 units. One jump of 3 units and the second jump of 3 units, and where we reached? We reached at 6. So 2 into 3 is equals to 6. What we did? We did 2 jumps of 3 units, or we can do the other process also. We can take 3 jumps of 2 units also. So how we will show it? First jump of 2 units, then second jump of 2 units, and then third jump of 2 units. We have taken 1, 2, 3 jump, each jump of 2 units distance, and we reached at 7. That's how we did the multiplication of 2 into 3. Now let's come to the next multiplication, that is 5 into 2. We have also done this earlier. So what we will do? We will take 5 jumps of 2 units. So 2 units first jump, 2 units second jump, 2 units third jump, 2 units fourth jump, and 2 units 5 jump. So where we reached? We reached at 10. That's how we do the multiplication on the number line. So that's how we do multiplication on the number line. What we do? We start always from the 0 and we start jumping with the distance of units depending upon the number of multiplication we are doing, and we take as many jumps as the number we are multiplying with the given number. So we have to keep in mind the rule that while we are doing multiplication on the number line, we have to make jumps of equal distance. We have to make jumps of equal distance starting from 0 depending upon the digit of multiplication. That is the rule for multiplication. I hope you have understood this, and if you find any difficulty, any query, then please mention them in the comment section. So that's how we do addition on number line, subtraction on number line, and the multiplication of number line. After learning all these things, one important point I would like to tell you, that whenever you have a number line, then there is a specific rule for the number line, that while suppose you have a number on a number line, 3 is on a number line. So what is the rule? The specific rule says that whenever you will move to the right side, you will write the number in increasing order. Means on the right hand side of the given number, there are always those number which are greater than this number, and on the left hand side there will be those numbers which are less than the given number. This is a very important rule of number line which we will keep in mind, because it will help us in the solving of exercise questions. Whenever we are on the number line, then in the right hand side of the number line, to the right hand side of a given number, the numbers are always greater than the given number, and on the left hand side there are always the number which are less than the given number. So this is a very important point which we have to keep in our mind. Now what we are going to do, we are going to sum up the all by solving the exercise questions. By doing these exercise question, we will get more perfect in whatever we have learned in our previous videos. So let's start now. So let's see the first question. The first question is, write the next 3 natural numbers after 10,999. What we have to do, we have to write next 3 natural numbers after 10,999. This is the question. So in this question, there are 2 important points. First important point, they are asking about natural numbers, and the next important point that they are asking for the next 3. How many? Next 3 natural numbers. So what is the meaning of natural numbers? I have told you in the previous video that natural numbers are those numbers which starts from 1 and goes up to infinity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up infinity, up to infinity. These numbers are known as the natural number that starts from 1 and goes up to infinity. So they are asking us for the natural number, and the next thing that they are asking for the next 3 natural number. Next 3 means that comes just after. Just after. Next 3 means just after 10,999. Just after 10,999, whatever three numbers come, we have to tell those three numbers. So let's solve it. What we have to do to solve this question, in these type of question, any question of this type comes in front of you, then what you have to do, how many numbers they are asking, like they are asking here for three numbers, then what we will do, we will consecutively add plus 1 to 10,999, then we will add 2 to 10,999, and then we will add 3 to 10,999, and we will get the answer. This is the first type to do this type of question. So 10,999, what we have to do, first of all we have to add 1 to it, then we have to add 2 to it, and then we have to add 3 to it, and we will get a answer. So what we are getting here, when we will add 1 here, it will become 11,000, it will become 11,001, and it will become 11,002. So here we will get the three natural numbers after 10,999, 11,000, 11,001, and 11,002. This is the answer to this question. So this is the first question solution, and I am solving these questions here roughly for you. Don't worry, we will provide you the complete neat and clean solutions in the PDF form on the WhatsApp, or in the link form on YouTube. So you don't need to worry about the notes. So just concentrate on understanding the concept of these questions. Now let's see the next question. The question number 2. Write the three whole numbers occurring just before 10,001. So the two important points are in this question, that first of all they are asking for the whole numbers, and they are not asking the next three, they are asking for the three whole numbers occurring just before. Just before means before 10,001. Before 10,001, we have to find out the three whole numbers. Whole numbers are which numbers? The numbers which start from 0, 1, 2 and goes up to infinity are known as the whole numbers. Always keep in mind one thing, if they are asking you after the number, then you have to add, but if they are asking you before the number, then you have to subtract from the given number. Like in this question, they are asking you for the three whole numbers occurring just before, so we have to do the opposite process of the first question. In the first question, we have added consecutively 1, 2 and 3 to the given number. Here we will subtract 1, 2 and 3 consecutively from the given number. So let's do it. We have 10,001. To find out the first number that occurs just before it, we will subtract 1 from it. What we get? We get 10,000. And to do the next one, what we will do? We can subtract 10,001 and we will subtract 2 from it, and what we will get? 11 minus 2, 9, 9, 9 and 9, 99,909. Sorry, we will get 9,999. And to get the next third number that occurs just before, we need to subtract 3 from 10,001. 11 minus 3, 8, 9, 9 and 9. What we get? 9,998. This is the answer. So which numbers we are getting? We are getting 10,000, that first number that comes just before 10,001. Then we get 9,999, which comes second just before 10,001, and the third number that comes just before 10,001 is 9,998. This is the solution to this question. So that's how we solve these type of questions. And my dear students, always keep in mind one thing, that whenever the teacher is explaining the question, your concentration should always be on understanding the concept of the question and the method of the question, rather than noting down the question. You don't need to worry about the notes. You will get separately PDF form of notes So don't worry about the notes, just concentrate on understanding the concept of the questions. So let's come to the next question. Which is the smallest whole number? Of course, everybody knows, everyone who has watched the first part video can answer this question very quickly within a second, that which is the smallest whole number. We all know that whole number starts from 0 and goes on up to infinity like this. So the smallest whole number, obviously it will be 0. 0 is the smallest whole number. This is the answer to question number 3rd. Now let's see next question. How many whole numbers are there between 32 and 53? So what does question number 4 says? Question number 4 is asking us that how many whole numbers are there between 32 and 53. They are asking us to find out the whole numbers between 32 and 53. So between 32 and 53, the whole numbers we have to find. So in this type of question, I will tell you a specific rule and you have to apply that specific rule to find out the numbers between two given numbers. So first of all, if you will calculate, you can calculate it with your own help also. Like you can say that starting from 32, we will see 33, 34, 35, 36 and so on. We will count the numbers, but one easiest way to do is this, that whatever two numbers they are giving us, in between numbers we have to find, like we have to find the number of whole numbers between 32 and 53. So what we do, we subtract 32 from 53. What we get 21, and whatever number we get less than 1 from this number, what we get in the subtraction, whatever answer we get in the subtraction with of two given numbers, 1 less than from that will be the number of whole numbers between these given numbers. Confused? No, you don't need to get confused. I'll explain it once more. Whenever they are asking you to find the number of whole numbers or to find the number of natural numbers between two given numbers, like here they are asking you to find the number of whole numbers between 32 and 53. So what we have to do, we will subtract 32 from 53 and we will be getting 21. So number of whole numbers between 32 and 53 will be 1 less than the answer of subtraction. What is the answer of subtraction? 21. So number of whole numbers between 32 and 53 will be 20. So this is the answer. 20 whole numbers are there between 32 and 53. So if any one of you is confused, I will give one more example to you. Suppose they are asking you to find the number of whole numbers between 54 and 98. They are asking you that find the number of whole numbers between 54 and 98. So what you have to do, you will subtract 54 from 98. What you get? 8 minus 4, 4, 9 minus 5, 4. So how many whole numbers will be there? 1 less than the answer of subtraction, that is 43 whole numbers will be between 98 and 54. This is a specific rule. You can say this is a trick to get the numbers between two given numbers. To avoid confusion, let's see one more example. Suppose we have to find the number of whole numbers between 8 and 26. Between 8 and 26, we have to find out how many whole numbers are there between 8 and 26, or how many natural numbers are there between 8 and 26. What we will do, we'll subtract 8 from 26. What we get? We get 18. So 18 minus 1, that is 17. So 17 is the number of whole numbers between 8 and 26. So remember this process always. Subtract the given number and 1 less than the answer of subtraction will be your number of whole numbers or natural numbers between two given numbers.